let's listen to some famous pieces of classical music together. Now, we can all listen to music in different kinds of ways. Sometimes we just listen to be entertained, and sometimes we listen to try and change the way that we feel. So we might listen to music to help us relax after a busy day, or to cheer ourselves up if we're feeling a bit down. And sometimes we listen to music to help us to express how we're feeling right now. So we might put on something really energetic and uplifting if we want to celebrate something. Now, classical music has long been used as a way of expressing emotion, as well as being a beautiful art form in its own right. And music is also really closely tied to so many of the memories that we have, that often specific pieces of music will help jog specific memories that we have. So let's listen to some famous pieces of classical music together. As you're listening, think about how the music makes you feel, whether it reminds you of anything, and see if you can identify the composer or the name of the piece of music itself. Let's have a listen. So how did this piece of music make you feel? To me, it felt really cheerful and energetic. And did it remind you of anything? Well, it reminds me of an old friend who said that this was their favourite piece of classical music. Did you recognise it? Well, it was written by Mozart and it's known as a Little Night Music. And it's been used in several film soundtracks, including the film that was made in 1984 about Mozart himself, Amadeus. Let's have a listen to this next piece of music. It's just as famous, but quite different in tone. See what you think. Did you recognise it? Well, this one was composed by Beethoven and it's a Symphony No. 5 in C minor. Now, it felt very dramatic and almost frantic sounding to me. How did it make you feel? Now, Beethoven wrote this piece of music at a real time of personal turmoil for him. He was losing his hearing, as well as there being real global turmoil with war in Europe. And these four famous opening chords, well, critics thought they might have represented fate coming knocking at the door. But who really knows? What do you think? Let's have a listen to this next piece of music. Did you recognise that one? Well, it's known as the Blue Danube and it was written by Johann Strauss. How did it make you feel? It seemed really uplifting to me, and because of that 3/4 waltz time, it really made me want to get up and move and dance. Now, it's become an almost unofficial anthem for Austria because of its strong association with the Viennese waltz, and it was also used famously in the film 2001 by Stanley Kubrick. Let's have a listen to this next piece of music. Now, what about that piece of music? Did it remind you of anything? It takes me right back to when Torval and Dean danced and iced it at the Winter Olympics in 1984. With its driving rhythm, it inspires movement as well, I think, and it's got a really beautiful melody which becomes more and more dramatic as the piece goes on. So it's called Bolero and it's by Ravel. Let's finish with this next piece of music. Now, what about that one? That was the Overture from William Tell by Rossini. And this is such a famous, energetic and almost galloping piece of music. Can you remember where you first heard it? Many people around the world heard it for the first time when it was used as the theme music for The Lone Ranger. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to these excerpts of classical music and thinking about these famous pieces of music and how they make you feel and what they make you remember.